This is one of over 500 assisted PNF stretching demonstrations that can be found as part of my 80 Days to Your Dream Body course, which is available to my channel members. If you'd like to see all of them, then consider becoming a member. But for right now, let's get our stretch on. And that is how we would focus on the hip abductors in side lying. Now, we are going to work on the hip flexors in side lying. And what we want to do, again, we're going to be working we're working deep to superficial. So because we want to work deep, we want a little bit of extension in the knee. We don't want it too far flexed. If it's too far flexed, we're going to have a lot of tension on the distal attachment of the rectus femoris, which attaches to the anterior inferior iliac spine, or AIIS. And that's going to turn this into more of a superficial stretch. So we want to make it deep first. So what we want to do is we are going to have the heel, we want the Achilles on the outside of our body. And then with our hand, what we want to do is we're going to go ahead with an underhand supinated grip. We're going to go ahead and grab at the femur. We could go ahead and stabilize at the ilium with our arm. And then we're just going to traction to create space, take them into hip extension, and then instruct the patient to inhale, bring the knee forward. They're going to inhale, go into hip flexion. As they exhale and relax, we're going to traction to create space, take them deep into hip extension. If we want to get a little bit more medial, we could have a little bit of lateral rotation added to the stretch. So we're going to do the same thing. Traction, instruct the patient to inhale, bring the hip forward. Then they're going to exhale, relax, take them deeper. Now we're starting to get a little bit more medial on the hip flexors. If we want to get a little bit more lateral, we would go into medial hip rotation. So turn those toes in a little bit. Traction to create space. They're going to inhale, go into hip flexion, drive that knee forward. As they exhale and relax, traction to create space. And take them deep into hip extension. Now we're going to start getting a little bit more superficial. And first thing that we could do, if we want to start working on the hip adductors a little bit, we could go ahead and that was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.